What's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by the channel. Today we are going over the results, the surprise results for my wife's first week of ADF. And she has so graciously agreed to be on camera, and I have a series of questions for her. Let's go ahead and get into it right after this intro. All right, guys, we are here. This is my wife. You finally get to see her. She is on camera, and I finally got to do the one thing that I wanted her to do, which was to try alternate day fasting. Now, if you're new here, just a little backstory, go back and look at my other videos, but I'll give you a brief. At one point, she was doing intermittent fasting, but it was only a 16-8 protocol. But this was something epic, and we're gonna get into it right now. I have my questions on my phone, so I will be asking her specific questions so that you know how it felt as for her to do alternate day fasting, from going from a 16-8 to an alternate day fasting. Let's go ahead and get into the first question. So, first question, okay. How did you feel physically on fasting days? Because most people, they might experience fatigue, dizziness, or some type of hunger pains. Did you have any of this going on during your week?
But specifically on fasting days?
Specifically on fasting days.
Surprisingly, my fasting days were okay. I don't recall having any type of cravings or dizziness or anything like that.
No fatigue? Did you feel...
No.
Okay.
No.
Check. All right, so that's question one. Question two, how did you manage your hunger during your fasting periods? One of the big challenges that people face when they're fasting is how to manage it effectively. Were you drinking water if you got hungry, or were you constantly drinking water throughout the day?
Yeah, I was making sure that I stayed hydrated by drinking water. Which is something that I need to do more of. So on those days that I was fasting, I was making sure I was just getting my water intake in.
Okay, so water was a big piece. She did try to drink some tea and coffee, but I told her, just stick to water for this time. Next time, maybe.
I only tried to drink tea because I felt like my throat was hurting. So I wanted some tea. It was not because I was craving it or anything like that.
Yeah, I told her to drink some hot water. Anyway, next question, question three. Did you experience any changes in energy levels on your fasting days? You know, again, I guess this is kind of like that other question, but were you feeling surprisingly energetic on any of the fasting days? Did you feel like you wanted to get out and do something?
I won't say I felt energetic, but I also was not like sluggish or anything like that.
Okay.
I don't believe that I had any type of physical effect of not eating.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Based on that 16-8 going to the ADF, which is a minimum. I think you did a minimum of 36 hours each day fasting period.
38.
Okay. Okay. A minimum of 38 hours. So even a little more than the 36 hours required. So,
boom.
I mean, winning. Hashtag winning. All right. On to question four. How did you feel on feeding days? So with the days that you got to eat, basically, some people may experience a relief or some cravings that they may have wanted to have to be satisfied, or did you overeat on the days that you were feeding since you weren't eating for so long?
So I think feeding days went well because we made sure I knew what I was planning to eat in advance, right? So it wasn't, okay, today's the day I can eat, let me eat everything that I want to. It was planned meals, be it breakfast and dinner. But so I think that helped me, especially with my cravings. But what I will say is because I knew it was a feeding day. That sounds so weird. I did experience most of my cravings knowing that I could eat. And so that's something that I try to minimize because I am a snacker. So again, knowing that it was not a feeding day, I was able to stay away and surprisingly didn't have the cravings. But on feeding days, I wanted to snack more than I did. So,
but even on the snacking, you still didn't snack as much as you normally would in a day.
Right, and that was on purpose because I did not want to. And also, I'm trying to make sure I stop overeating. So because I'm trying to do that, I realized that okay, well, while I'm excited that it's feeding day and that I get to eat the things that I want, I don't want to overindulge.
Good point. That's a good point. Okay, so that was question 4. We're moving right through. I only have 10 questions, guys, because I didn't want to make this long. I didn't want to have her sitting here answering all these questions. But if you have questions after, feel free to post them in the comment section, and I will relay them to her. All right. So, as far as question 5, did fasting impact your mood in any way? Were you feeling a little more irritable, more anxious, or did you feel calm? And did your mood stay the same? Was there any mood changes?
No, I didn't experience any mood changes. No.
None. No. Okay. That's good. So, I'm sorry, I don't have 10 questions because I struck some out. So, we're moving on to question 7. 6 has been strucken out. What did you eat on your feeding days? Just a rough review of what you may have eaten. I think we might have some pictures and stuff. If so, I will flash them on the screen. We'll see. What do you remember eating? I know specifically your first meal.
Yes. Specifically my first meal, which was breakfast. I made this amazing BLT. And it was really good.
Yeah, and just to FYI, she does not eat, the only meat she eats is seafood. So, shrimp, fish, crabs, stuff like that, seafood. So her BLT was
it was my veggie bacon.
Yeah, I needed y'all to know that it was not real pork bacon but still, she ate it. Yeah, she loved it.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me something else.
For dinner? For dinner we made the baked macaroni and cheese.
Oh yeah.
And some salmon.
Yep.
That was really good.
Yep. And I had turkey wings, but yeah, you had salmon. And then moving throughout the week.
Next breakfast, it was my veggie bacon and some pancakes.
Yep.
And
we had Kobe for dinner.
Oh, we went out to dinner.
So that was shrimp and rice. Yep. And then today we had Mexican. And I think I took pictures and stuff of that. So if I have it, it'll be up there. But it was overall pretty good.
Yes.
I think we did good.
For sure.
So that was some of the food that she ate, guys. Moving on to the next question. Did you experience any digestive issues, such as bloating or constipation during or after your fast? Some of these experiences can vary from person to person. What were your experiences?
One of my experiences, while it wasn't any constipation or anything, but on my non-feeding days, I did not have a bowel movement. I'm sorry if that's TMI.
And hers is pretty consistent.
I will move every day. But on non-feeding days, I did not have movement. But as soon as I was able to eat on feeding days, I did have movement.
Oh, okay.
So, and my movement was normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Have you noticed any changes in your body weight?
Have I noticed any changes? I mean, I know what the scale says. But actually, no, yeah. Go ahead and answer that. That. My initial response was going to be no. I don't see any changes. But I think that is common, right? Like normally it has to take somebody to look at you to say, hey, you look like you're losing weight. But can I say the amount that I lost?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yes, please.
So for the week, I lost 4.8 pounds. But so again, while I don't see it, I can tell just in clothes that I was not able to fit.
Non-scale victories.
Yeah.
Those non-scale victories.
Already, I was able to get into a pair of jeans and close them up.
Those
yes.
non-scale victories are huge.
Yeah.
They're huge victories.
Yeah.
All right, final question, because I know you gotta go. I know you gotta go. Do you think alternate day fasting, ADF for short, is something that you can sustain for a long term? Or do you think it was too difficult to do?
I do not think it was too difficult. I am not sure if it is something that I want to do long term. I think that to ease my way into it, and also to take the pressure off of me, I'm only going to try to do it maybe once a month, so like a week in a month to do it. However, I do think I am going to resume 16 and 8.
So. Listen, because she had not done it for a while. She was not fasting for quite some time. I mean, many years.
Yeah.
And so now I think we've converted her back over, guys. Oh my goodness, the journey is for everyone. I'm trying to convert everyone over. That is my mission. But I mean, it seems like it worked. It wasn't as difficult as you thought it was going to be.
It was not.
I do have an additional question to replace question 6.
Okay, so we're back to 10 questions.
Back to 10 questions. Do you think that you could have went even longer without eating?
I do.
You do?
I do. You mean on feeding days?
On feeding days, yeah.
I could have.
You could have.
But that, again, that is something I'm working on with not eating when I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
But for sure, yeah, I definitely could have
You could have gone longer. Awesome, guys. Yeah. Well, listen.
And let me also add this. So now that I have experienced ADF, I do realize that it is easier when we do it together.
It is.
Because, one is, especially for me, if the roles were reversed and you were not doing it and I was, I don't know if I could take you eating in front of me. Let me just have a little bite. So I do realize that it is
it's slightly difficult,
when it's together, but I can't make you that promise.
I know. You gotta have a certain amount of willpower in your body. But it takes time though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It takes a buildup of something in me to say, okay, yes, I can go out with you to eat and just drink this water while you're eating all of this delicious food, regardless if it's any meat, guys. It could be one of those little things that I love to eat. Those little things, the edamames. It could literally be the edamames, and I'm like, chomping at the bit to get them. But that's awesome to know, though. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to end the video. I didn't want it to be that long for her or you, but listen, if I can do this and my wife can do this, you can for sure, and I will catch you in the next video. Maybe you'll see her again. We'll see. No promises. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.